The thrilling chases and dramatic confrontations between the police and the suspects happen one after another, making people watch with suspense. From quick reactions to breathtaking moments, each situation contains emotional stories. It is impossible to take your eyes
You're
off.
not gonna touch me. You're not gonna.
A breathtaking moment. A dashcam from the West Memphis, Arkansas police recorded a dramatic chase on a busy highway during rush hour on May 21, 2018. The main character, a suspected thief, weaved through traffic, making the entire road hold its breath with each turn of the wheels. It was impossible to take your eyes off. Those thrilling moments highlighted the potential danger in confrontations that seem to only happen in movies. That fateful moment is etched in our memories. On the afternoon of April 11, 2021, at approximately 5:27 p.m., while conducting a traffic control on I-95 southbound, officers spotted a silver motorcycle without a license plate speeding past. When the police signaled for the vehicle to stop, the driver suddenly accelerated, weaving between lanes, and speeding on both sides of the road at a top speed of 152 miles per hour. The terrifying speed made everyone hold their breath. The pursuit lasted through many milestones on the highway, with a series of dramatic situations between the police and the reckless motorcycle. When the motorcycle began to slow down to turn onto Belfast Keller Road, the police approached and caused the motorcycle to lose control, skidding across the road. The driver fell but quickly got up and raised his hands in surrender. He was later identified as a soldier from the 3-67th unit of the 2nd Brigade, stationed at Fort Stewart. After being examined and confirmed that he had no serious injuries, he was taken into custody and explained the charges against him. It was a moment of extreme tension, one that could only be seen on the big screen. A fateful turn of the wheel sets off a thrilling chase. At 12:55 p.m. on August 29, 2024, on I-30 East near mile marker 76, Arkansas State Police Corporal Arnold spots a black Dodge Charger tailgating a pickup truck. As the police car approaches, the driver immediately slows down as if nothing happened. But as they approach exit 78, when the stop sign is turned on, the unexpected happens. The driver swerves into the mobile gas station, seemingly complying. But then in a split second, the car takes off, shattering all pretense. The chase officially begins. The Charger shoots back onto the freeway, reaching speeds of up to 140 miles per hour, weaving in and out of traffic as if it were gravity, passing cars in the emergency lane. Throughout the 10 chaotic miles, the authorities follow closely, steadfastly. Near mile marker 88, the dense traffic ahead had become a natural wall. In a last desperate moment, the car recklessly turned the wheel, ramming the police car in the front as a last-ditch effort to escape.
This wasn't just a high-speed pursuit. This was pure.
A peaceful afternoon in Sharonville was suddenly torn apart by the sound of sirens and screeching tires on the road. At 5:30 p.m. on May 17, 2025, Sharonville police attempted to stop a vehicle for suspected fake license plates.
You are being stopped.
Instead of cooperating, 54-year-old Alicia Bryant suddenly accelerated, collided with the police car, and fled, ignoring all commands to stop. Dashcam footage captured the reckless car driving in the wrong direction on Kemper Road and straight onto I-275, reaching speeds of up to 103 miles per hour. Every second that passed was a breathtaking moment of recklessness and determination. After a tense 10-mile chase, police checkpoints used a variety of technical measures to control the vehicle. The car was stopped. Bryant still tried to flee on foot but was quickly controlled and arrested right on the highway. The total chase lasted only 15 minutes but left behind serious legal consequences, a series of charges and bail up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The person accompanying him, Kevin Gabbard, also did not escape the law with separate charges. A quick chase but left an unforgettable echo on the Sharonville Highway. At approximately 10 p.m. on April 3, 2025, a Concord Police Department officer observed a Chrysler sedan in violation and stopped it on Ellis Street, near Clayton Street. However, the driver, Eric Durrell Foreman, 37, of Richmond, suddenly jumped out of the vehicle while it was still moving, causing the vehicle to collide with another vehicle. Foreman fled through the apartment complex, crossed Clayton Street, and crashed into the PetSmart parking lot. The situation took a dramatic turn. As the pursuing officer closed in, Foreman suddenly stopped in the middle of the parking lot, pulled out a dangerous object from his person, and turned toward the officer. The tense scene lasted only a few moments before a serious situation occurred. However, Foreman continued to flee, running through crowded areas. Again, in the area in front of 1741 Clayton Street, he engaged in similar behavior with a second officer, leading to another emergency situation. Foreman then hit around Sutter Street, forcing authorities to immediately cordon off the area. Helicopters, K-9 teams, drones, and support from neighboring police departments were quickly mobilized. After hours of searching, Foreman was discovered and subdued by a police dog. A night that shook Concord, where bravery and coordination prevented a much worse scenario. Get ready for some thrilling chases. On May 23, 2025, we will turn back time through a series of dramatic chase scenes of the Florida Highway Patrol, where situations that seem to be just normal traffic stops suddenly turn into tense high-speed chases. Each frame is a battle of wits, where officers must make split-second decisions to protect the safety of traffic participants while still ensuring effective suppression. The precise steering and the chase scenes on the highway will keep you glued to your eyes. No one expected that the initial moment of silence would open up a series of scenarios beyond imagination. A dramatic confrontation suddenly erupted amidst the majestic natural scenery of Lake Powell. On the afternoon of May 3, 2025, two rangers from the Glen Canyon National Recreation Area received a report of a pickup truck driving erratically on Highway 89. When they stopped to check, the driver, Gregory Aaron Farley, 51, suddenly accelerated and fled, nearly endangering a ranger. The chase began and tensions escalated when Farley suddenly turned the car around, crashing straight into the side of the patrol car, causing the airbag to deploy and the driver's side door to jam. The confrontation was tense, as the two rangers had to act in a split second to stay safe. Farley remained in the car for 45 minutes, forcing support from multiple federal and local agencies to cordon off the scene and negotiate. Finally, thanks to the persuasion of an officer and paramedic, the suspect surrendered and received medical assistance. The slightly injured officers were also taken to hospital and discharged shortly afterwards. A tense situation was handled with courage, coordination, and absolute responsibility.
Alright, go and put your hands on your back. Hands on the small of your back.
On the evening of August 9th, the Michigan State Patrol, MSP, conducted a decisive pit maneuver at the intersection of Livernois and Howell, ending a dramatic pursuit of two suspects in a white Ford Escape. The vehicle was being pursued for a serious incident that had occurred earlier at a park. When the suspect's vehicle was spun around by the precise pit, the two immediately opened their doors and ran away in hopes of escaping.
Mr. Driver, other units are chasing the other one.
What they did not expect was that officers were ready, reacted quickly, and closed in on them in a split second. Once again, speed and tactics made their escape attempt futile. The two subjects were quickly subdued and safely apprehended, ending the intense pursuit in just a few minutes. It was a rough night for Detroit, but law enforcement proved there is no way out for fugitives. In the darkness of Pasco, courage speaks louder than the silence of fear. On February 4, 2023, in Pasco County, Florida, a thrilling chase broke out as multiple Florida Highway Patrol units rushed into danger. In the chaos, an extremely reckless subject recklessly endangered road users, including a loaded fuel tanker, posing an unprecedented threat to the community. Despite being injured in the line of duty, Sergeant Stephen Turner still fought back, contributing to controlling the situation and protecting the safety of dozens of innocent lives. No one expected that in the most dangerous moment, the soldier's steely spirit would shine like a flame in the middle of a storm. The incident is a clear demonstration of the dangers that always lurk on every patrol route. It is also a strong reminder of the need to honor and properly support the people who silently maintain peace every day. Don't let that noble sacrifice be forgotten.
I-75, we're in Overpass Road on the north side of Overpass Road.
A thrilling chase ensued on I-40 on the afternoon of May 11, 2025. As Sergeant Andrew Parks was patrolling near mile marker 168, he spotted a silver Hyundai Elantra traveling at 121 miles per hour in the far left lane. Initially, the driver, Eli Thomas, appeared to comply with the stop sign, but as Sergeant Parks approached, he suddenly accelerated, driving through heavy traffic. The chase continued for miles, through complex turns in North Little Rock and Jacksonville. Other patrol units from Troop A worked closely together to close the circle, gradually choking the fleeing vehicle. The drama culminated when the vehicle finally stopped in the shoulder lane and the driver helplessly surrendered. Thomas admitted that he fled because he didn't want to go to jail and believed he could get away. However, the fact remains that he was driving with a suspended license and had a long criminal record. Once again, the persistence and cooperation of the patrol force prevailed over recklessness, keeping everyone on the road safe.
Hit stop 40, hit pursuit, and then restart.
Hi.
Morning.
No one.
A tense and dramatic confrontation took place between Shakira and the authorities.
How old are you now?
From the very beginning, the conversation quickly became heated when Shakira refused to cooperate, continuously protested, and refused to leave despite receiving many reminders.
Okay.
She asserted her rights, challenged everyone and declared, "I am not afraid of anyone," causing the atmosphere to explode. The conversation lasted for a long time. Shakira continuously talked about the rights and laws that she knew, and accused herself of being treated unfairly. Although the authorities were very patient, they still had to carry out their duties by warning her about the prohibition of entering the area and asking her to leave to avoid arrest. However, Shakira still decided to stand her ground, even resisting intervention, causing a very tense and difficult to control situation. When all attempts at persuasion were no longer effective, arrest became inevitable. Ultimately, Shakira was arrested on charges of trespassing, resisting arrest, and related offenses. She was sentenced to 77 days in jail, a sad end to this heated debate. This process reminds us that respect and cooperation are always the best ways to avoid unwanted consequences.
Don't pull out of me, mother.
Shakira.
Watch your mouth.
Now then.
A sudden intense situation happened in Rosemead, California, making everyone's heart stop. On the afternoon of October 19, 2021, when police officers received a call about a man behaving strangely at a local business, they quickly arrived to check. The man, Adrian Abelar, 25, drove a black Mazda into the parking lot and claimed that he was wanted for a serious case. However, when confronted, Abelar failed to produce documents and provided false information, making the police even more wary. The decisive moment came when Abelar suddenly pulled out a gun right after being asked to step out of the car. The warning gun rang out urgently. A fierce struggle took place next to the car, leading to a police-involved shooting. Fortunately, Abelar suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was immediately treated by paramedics before being transported to the hospital. Police eventually determined that Abelar did not have a murder warrant as rumored, but was wanted for violating the terms of his probation, which carries a hefty fine. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the dangerous situations that can arise in law enforcement.
Got a gun! Oh, put your gun away. I totally... 1033 998
Hey, 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 hey!